Hey guys, welcome back to Clockwise Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Let's dive right into it. Bitcoin traders demand slow grind up after Bitcoin drops over 4%. Now, I know we were talking about October. Traditionally, we do have good moves in October, but I was saying, guys, expect things to be a little bit different. We're waiting for this dump. Bitcoin will hit 15,000. Bitcoin will drop. So I'm not surprised with this pullback. I do think it was a false move. I do think there's a little bit of manipulation within the markets, but we are waiting on a pullback. The technicals are telling us that. And let's see what this article says here. Bitcoin bull slip at 28,600. So we went up top right here. This technical analysis is saying that they are expecting it to go and clear above 32,000. I do not see that happening. Based off of these, these counter trend lines pretty much stating that this is an overall bullish trend. We can actually look at this on the daily time frame. Looking at this on the daily time frame and kind of scrolling out a little bit so you guys can see. Looking here at the daily time frame, I see what they're saying, and I see looking right here and thinking that we're just going to make moves up, but we have to clear this 32,000 point. There's nothing indicating that we're going to clear this point. What it's looking like is a massive pullback in an overall bearish, formation. It's making new lows, but we have to clear 32. And, that's kind of why we have, our 30,000 being that range. But we have to make a new high over this level right here that you see. And you can see this here if you want to see the price points over here on our charts. We need to clear this right here in order for us to be anywhere near bullish. Right now, we have the perfect setup for a head and shoulders. It's a perfect setup for a head and shoulders to dump. Okay, there's nothing else indicating. There's no, crazy momentum. The XRP news didn't really give us any hope. But at this point, I do not see this playing out. I don't see us making a new high at 32,000. I don't even see us clearing the 30,000 mark, breaking and closing above 30,000. So we'll see how it plays out. They allowed this TA to be on their chart. This is Cointelegraph. Day-end crypto trades likewise argued that a slow grind back up to highs would be the best scenario for Bitcoin bulls. That is the best scenario. I agree. I don't see it happening though, guys. I do not see in any scenario that happens. And it says need longs to chill out and spot bid to set up. And for this to happen, let's see if agent session bullish again or not. So they're pretty much just trying to find any way to justify a bullish scenario, not looking at the market structure. You have to look at the market structure. Okay. There's no scenario that we just automatically make bullish runs just because we want it to. You know how much I would love for Bitcoin to run and, make a bullish run. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But somehow, these TAs on here are able to see something that I can't. I do see right here. I do see this double bottom. I see that and I get that. I just don't think that's enough, guys. I don't think that's enough long term. And these guys are they're on the 5-minute time frame. So 5-minute isn't a good indicator for overall trend direction. You need to stick to the higher time frames. You need to look at the weekly. You need to look at the daily at the bare minimum, the lowest. If you're looking for long-term directional bias, you need to look at the higher time frames. So putting a 5-minute chart on here does not help anybody, guys. Anything can move any direction for 5 minutes. We need the big picture, and that's why we stick to the higher time frames, guys. Big picture. You need to see what's going on at a high level with as much data consolidated as possible. Looking at 5-minute candles and trying to, get a setup move is not going to help anybody here, especially when we're talking about the long-term play of Bitcoin. So, kind of disappointed this even made it to the charts here. Again, what time frame did they have? A daily on here, so that's a lot better. But this is a messy chart, guys. You need your charts clean. You need your charts, not all this banners, scanners, and ganders, whatever this is, you need your charts as clean as possible. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 different indicators on this chart. You should only need 1 or 2. So keep your charts clean as well. That's my 2 cents. Popular trader and analyst Rec Capital suggests Bitcoin could even head beyond 29,000 before continuing lower in its current range. I agree with this. I agree with this this bias. I do believe that it could go higher. We could go higher here. I just don't think we're gonna stay higher. That's the kicker, and that's what separates me from a lot of other traders. I think we're gonna make bullish moves up. I don't think we're gonna stay up. I think it's gonna be a trap, and I think we're gonna fall into this head and shoulders pattern that I'm talking about. I think we're gonna fall right into this head and shoulders pattern and make a way down. That's exactly how I think it's going to play out. And I think, the more I look at it, the more I'm convinced 15 to 10,000 isn't off the table. It's not off the table, and it's going to be a huge opportunity. And that's kind of what we're waiting for. And that's what we're documenting here at Clockwise Crypto. So going to the next, the Dow sinks more than 400 points as spiking yields weigh on stocks. So we're seeing this, this movement across multiple different industries. Stocks fell. We have the Dow falling, right? So what's next? It's not going to be a scenario where, everything else falls and somehow crypto rises. People need their money. Okay. So it's one of those things. If one wins, we all win. Mortgage rates are impacting this as well in the U.S. Lending as well. So definitely something that you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to macroeconomic conditions. That's what we're doing. It's not financial advice, but really, like I said, it's just what we're doing here. Crypto firm Ripple says over 80% of hiring this year is outside of the U.S. This is a great thing for Ripple. Okay. Seeing that there's no regulatory clarity on on this, and that pretty much there's really nothing there that can give us anything direct certainty within the US. Those of us that are outside the US, we don't have to worry about this, but in the US, which is, we can say, is the staple for financial markets and really one of the leading countries in the world, this is a good move. This, even with them winning this SEC lawsuit, guys, because they're still trying to, they just lost an appeal as well. So, the SEC motion to appeal lost and Ripple case is denied. XRP saw a pump there. So they tried to even appeal it. They didn't even just try to say, okay, they're still trying to label the security and loss, guys. So no matter what's going on, it's, it's showing that, yes, XRP rallied again, but there's nothing that's really going to kick off a bull run right now. And I know it's a hurt piece, but it's going to take a lot for us to turn things around right now. Which is why I don't think 10 to 15,000 Bitcoin is out of the question. I think that's a massive opportunity. So pay attention to that. SEC served another L in the Ripple case. They can't appeal the decision until after a trial on remaining issues. So they're having a ton of wins. XRP is having a ton of wins, and I'm super excited to see what they're doing. And I definitely, I wasn't a fan of XRP at first from a you guys know, from a principle standpoint. I got into crypto to get away from the banks, and XRP partner with the banks, but I see value in that, guys. I see value in that, and we'll definitely continue to be bullish on XRP until further notice. I am bullish on XLM as well, but definitely a big win for XRP when it comes to their battle against the SEC. They've been leading the front. They've been front running this. So huge shout out to XRP for making moves and really leading the way when it comes to battling the bullies in the government to ultimately move finance forward. So next article here, bankrupt Celsius says restart is crypto customers' best option. Now, I am almost, I don't know how I feel about this. I know a lot of my peers put a lot of money into Celsius. I did not feel comfortable, and I was bullish on Celsius when it comes to the token and the concept. I was not bullish on giving your your asset to this company and letting them control it. Does that make sense? So I never felt comfortable with that. And if we look at, the Sam Bankman-Fried case, with what he did and damaging crypto, I never felt comfortable giving my Bitcoin to a provider and letting them hold it for me and then take loans off of it. Even though I get the concept, I just think I think Bitcoin and, my crypto assets are too valuable to let somebody else hold them for me. And it almost defeats the purpose of me having my own keys. And I think, I'm heartbroken to a lot of people that put a lot of money. I know people that put millions in, and because it made sense. But for me, I took more. I didn't put anything in Celsius. I almost bought the token because I saw, it definitely performed well. But I definitely I never really got the good feeling about giving my keys, or not giving your keys, but giving my crypto to someone else and managing it for me. I do think that something needs to happen there. Maybe incorporating blockchain. So really that third party doesn't even have access to it. But giving it all there just never really sat well with me. But what's happening here is Celsius Network kicked off a bankruptcy trial over its plan to restart as a user-owned Bitcoin miner, telling a judge it wants to repay customers whose funds have been frozen on the platform since June of 2022. Over 2 years, guys. Or no, over a year and a half now, almost 2 years of what they're owed by year's end. Celsius lawyer said on Monday during a New York bankruptcy hearing that the new company slated to emerge from Chapter 11 will be seeded with $450 million in capital and financial backing from a group of companies picked to manage the mining business, a consortium named Fahrenheit that's led by investment firm Arrington Capital. Fahrenheit believes in the business. They're putting their money where their mouth is. So they have people behind them. I don't think that Celsius recovers from this. But if Celsius plan is approved, it will mark the first time a failed crypto platform will be reborn in Chapter 11 after a string of insolvencies rocked the industry last year. The business could liquidate if the new company fails, an outcome that likely could result in Celsius customers getting repaid less, according to court documents. So, I'm all for Celsius customers getting their money back. I am not for the rebirth, I would say. I think something needs to change. I think the blockchain needs to be more incorporated in these platforms where, bad actors can't happen. So you can't just go and do whatever with it. I think there needs to be some checks and balances in place, but I think that can come by community. I think that can come by voting in a truly decentralized system. So we'll see what happens there. But going to Sam Bankman-Fried, I don't necessarily think what Sam Bankman-Fried did with FTX caused immeasurable damage to crypto. I think it pretty much confirmed that, we need to own your keys, not your crypto. Do not leave your crypto on exchanges. Do not just hope and pray that, the exchange just holds your funds. I don't care if you have to buy a wallet just to hold it. If you don't have a wallet available, I don't believe in holding your crypto on exchanges. And I think FTX confirmed that. And I was surprised by the number of people in the crypto space, influencers, investors, who had funds sitting on exchanges. It just blew my mind. I get active traders. I get that. I get the active traders, but there were people that just had it sitting on there for months, if not years. And I didn't get that. But they're saying the damage Sam did is immeasurable. He said on the latest episode of Decrypt Podcast, all of that goodwill that we built over so many years of hard work is usurped by some guy who comes in and puts on this boy genius act. So he really hates Sam Bankman-Fried, as I would if I lost a ton of money with him. But I think that really, I don't think it changes anything. I think maybe regulatory, from a regulator standpoint, it might. But when we just look at just the pure people's thoughts on the crypto industry, the thought is, oh, people use crypto for scams. But if you really look at the numbers, it's like 1% of 1% is used for illegal activity. 1% of 1% out of all the activity that goes on in crypto, the people that research this say 1% of 1% is used for illegal activity, guys. You know what people use for illegal activity the most? Cash. Believe it or not, it's cash. It's nothing more. They use cash. So that's a fact for you that has been researched, guys. And I definitely think that Sam Bankman-Fried, I think it's a disservice for people that pay taxes in the U.S. to send him to prison. I don't think white collar criminals, people that do crimes of white collar nature that are nonviolent, should go to prison. I think they should go. They should be on probation and be paying money back. It doesn't benefit anyone for them to go to prison and to live off taxpayer dollars for, like years, I think some white collar guys, 100 million, 500 million level and billions of dollars, they get some serious time and they live off of taxpayer dollars forever. And I just don't think, at least you can get something back. These guys, if they got away with 2 billion, you could at least probably get 100 million out of them before they die. You probably could. So, it's something versus living off taxpayer dollars. That's just my opinion. But real quick, we're running a little heavy here today, but I definitely wanted to go over some of these news articles. But taking a look at Bitcoin, head and shoulders still forming, guys. Waiting for a breakout below here. This is what we're waiting for, this breakout. Waiting for this breakout to go down. And we're going to keep this on here until it happens, guys, so everyone can see. We're pretty much one of the only channels calling this, guys. No one else is really calling. Everyone else is saying, oh, it's a bull run. It's a bull run. And then what happens is something happens. Oh, we were wrong. Or, things happen. Things change. This isn't, there's all backpedaling, right? So we're going to stick to our guns and we're going to continue to wait and see how this plays out based off of what we are anticipating. So same thing with Ethereum. We're keeping this here so everyone can see. This is what we're waiting for. So you can document this. You can see what we're aiming for as we near the end of 2023. Can you believe it, guys? So, guys, hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do, and we'll see you soon.